Have you ever spoken to someone you liked, maybe someone you admired, someone you wished respected you, and afterward felt like your words worked against you? Have you ever walked away thinking, why did I sound nervous? Why did I talk too much? Why did I reveal too much? Why did I try too hard? If you've ever felt that sting, stay with me. Because today, I want to show you something that changed my entire life. Something I wish someone had told me years ago. It's simple yet powerful. The way you communicate your calmness, your control, your discipline can instantly make you more attractive, respected, and unforgettable. Before we go deeper, I need to say this, especially for anyone who is new here. If you're not subscribed to Stoic Power Codes yet, and you want more videos that help you think clearer, speak stronger, and live with more confidence, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Because this journey we're about to take, it's the journey of becoming a stronger man from the inside out. Now, let's begin. And let me open with a question. What if the reason you struggle socially, romantically, or professionally is not because you lack looks, or charm, or ability, but because you lack stoic communication? What if confidence isn't something you build in the gym? What if respect isn't something you demand? What if attraction doesn't come from trying harder, but from speaking less, observing more, and mastering your emotional response? Let me tell you a story from my own life. Years ago, I wasn't calm, I wasn't composed, I wasn't confident. I spoke fast when I was nervous. I apologized too much. I explained myself even when no one asked me to. I reacted quickly when someone insulted me or disagreed with me. And every time I liked someone, especially romantically, I became a polite tornado of anxiety and over-talking. I was the classic nice guy who misunderstood niceness as strength. Then something changed. Something that rewired the way I speak, listen, respond, and carry myself. I found Stoicism. And Stoicism taught me one lesson I'll never forget. Calm communication is magnetic. Disciplined speech is powerful. Emotionally grounded responses are unforgettable. People gravitate toward those who speak with clarity, certainty, self-control, and presence. So today, I want to take you into the heart of Stoic communication, the mindset, the habits, the small but powerful shifts that instantly make you more attractive, more respected, and more influential. Not because you're pretending, not because you're manipulating, not because you're playing games, but because you are mastering yourself. Let's begin. The foundation of Stoic communication. Stoicism teaches that true power begins with two things: what you say and what you choose not to say. Most people focus on the first, but the second is where real power lives. Seneca once wrote, "Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue," meaning, words can destroy you faster than mistakes. And here's the hidden truth you've probably never been told. People trust and respect those who don't spill every emotion they feel. People are drawn to those who don't need to explain themselves endlessly. People admire those who are selective with words, intentional with tone, and fully present in conversation. Because calmness is rare, self-control is rare, emotional discipline is rare, and rarity is attractive. The first shift. Speak slower. Let me take you back to one moment in my life. I was in a meeting surrounded by people way more experienced than me. I felt young. I felt outmatched. I felt like my words didn't carry weight. And then someone across the table, someone powerful, began speaking. He wasn't loud. He wasn't charismatic. He didn't try to impress anyone. But every time he opened his mouth, the room went silent. Why? Because he spoke slowly. His sentences tasted like they were chosen. His pauses felt purposeful. His calmness demanded attention. In that moment, I realized something. Slow speech is interpreted as confidence. Fast speech is interpreted as insecurity. When you speak slowly, you show that your mind is not rushing. You show that you are not seeking approval. You show that you are grounded. Women read it as confidence. Men read it as authority. Everyone reads it as power. And here's the micro-dopamine insight. When you speak slowly, You control the pace of the conversation, and the one who controls the pace controls the frame. The second shift: lower the tone, not the volume. There's something incredibly attractive about a person who speaks softly but with certainty. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best answer to anger is silence, but the second best answer is a calm tone." A calm tone cuts through noise. A calm tone disarms aggression. A calm tone signals strength without force. Here's a moment that taught me this deeply. I once argued with someone who enjoyed escalating drama. The more emotional they got, the calmer I became. Not out of arrogance, but out of control. My calmness upset them more than my words ever could. Because emotional people expect emotional reactions. When you don't mirror their chaos, you become unpredictable, and unpredictability is powerful. The Stoics mastered this. By lowering their tone, they raised their influence. The third shift: listen 80%, speak 20%. I used to think attractiveness came from saying impressive things. Now I know it comes from asking simple questions, then listening fully. Why? Because people find you attractive when they feel understood. Because listening gives you information. Information gives you clarity. Clarity gives you control. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so we can listen twice as much as we speak." Most people listen to react. Stoics listen to understand. And here's the secret. When you listen deeply, you become a mirror in which people reveal themselves. This makes you magnetic. It makes you safe. It makes you respected. But that's not all. Listening more also protects you. It prevents you from oversharing. It prevents you from exposing insecurities. It prevents you from revealing your emotional dependency. And most importantly, it prevents you from falling into the trap of nice guy performance. The fourth shift: never rush to fill silence. Silence is the moment when nice guys panic. But Stoics thrive in silence. Silence is where attraction grows. Silence is where curiosity grows. Silence is where power grows. Whenever you rush to fill silence, you communicate one thing: I'm uncomfortable. Please like me. But when you sit comfortably with silence, you communicate something entirely different. I am grounded. I am centered. I am not here to impress. This is why people with Stoic communication often appear mysterious without even trying. They speak when needed. They let silence work for them, and they let others reveal themselves. The fifth shift: respond, don't react. This is where real Stoic communication begins. Let me describe the difference in one simple sentence. Reaction is emotional. Response is intentional. When someone disrespects you, insults you, ignores you, provokes you, or challenges you, your reaction is impulsive. Your response is chosen. Stoics don't react. They observe. They interpret. Then they respond with clarity. That's why Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Meaning, you don't control what they say, but you control what you respond with. And here's the hidden beauty of this principle. Nothing makes you more attractive than emotional independence. When you don't let small things shake you, people start seeing you as someone who is reliable, stable, grounded, and deeply masculine. The sixth shift: stop explaining yourself. This lesson is painful, but it changed me. Nice guys explain too much. They justify everything. They apologize constantly. They over-clarify beyond necessity. But do you know who doesn't explain themselves? People with options. People with standards. People with internal strength. When you feel a need to explain yourself excessively, what you're really saying is, "I need your approval." Is activato. But when you stop explaining everything, you say something far more powerful. My choices speak for themselves. Seneca said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." Meaning, don't talk about who you are, show who you are. The seventh shift: say less than necessary. This is one of the greatest attractive forces a person can develop. A conversation is not an essay. It doesn't need details. It doesn't need every small thought. It doesn't need your entire history. Stoics speak in clean sentences, simple phrases, direct truth. They don't ramble. They don't overshare. They don't narrate their lives endlessly. They speak with precision. This makes every word heavier, more meaningful, more valuable. Attraction is not about volume, it's about weight. And words that come from discipline hit harder. The eighth shift. Don't interrupt. I learned this by accident. One day, I was in a conversation, and someone kept interrupting me. After a few minutes, I realized something powerful. Interrupting signals insecurity, impatience, and ego. So I decided to stop interrupting anyone, completely. The result? People started seeing me as someone intelligent, respectful, and confident. Because only insecure people interrupt. Confident people wait, not because they are passive, but because they are in control. The ninth shift. Avoid emotional oversharing. Let me say this clearly. You can be open, you can be honest, you can be real, but you don't need to bleed emotionally in conversation. Oversharing is a symptom of emotional neediness. It tells people that you lack boundaries. It shows that your emotions control you, not the other way around. Stoics share selectively. They reveal intentionally. They know that privacy is power. Because when people know less about your internal struggles, your presence feels more composed and attractive. The 10th shift. Ask questions that reveal character. Stoic communication isn't about being quiet. It's about directing conversations intelligently. Instead of talking about yourself endlessly, ask questions that reveal the other person's worldview. Questions like, what do you value in people? How do you react when someone disrespects you? What motivates you the most lately? What do you usually do when life overwhelms you? What have you been learning about yourself recently? These questions reveal maturity. They reveal emotional intelligence. They reveal genuine interest. They also elevate you from small talk to deeper talk. And deep talk is where attraction flourishes. The 11th shift. Stay grounded. When someone tests you, and believe me, they will test you, especially women, especially powerful men, especially anyone who wants to see how strong you are internally. They will challenge your ideas. They will disagree with you. They will tease you. They will push your buttons subtly. Stoic communication teaches you to remain unmoved, not out of arrogance, but out of mastery. Nothing communicates attractiveness more than unshakable calmness in the face of subtle tests. It shows confidence. It shows discipline. It shows emotional adulthood. The 12th shift. Be hard to offend. If you want a quick transformation, do this. Stop taking things personally. Most people are emotionally fragile. They collapse at small jokes. They panic when someone criticizes them. They melt when someone disagrees. But Stoics, they examine. They analyze. They respond with clarity, not emotion. Seneca said, "A wise man is unaffected by insult." Being hard to offend makes you incredibly attractive because it signals emotional maturity, self-respect, inner stability, confidence, mental depth. People trust those who cannot be easily rattled. The 13th shift, control your face. Here's something neuroscientists and Stoics actually agree on. Your face communicates more than your words. Stoics use the power of the neutral face. Not angry, not smiley, not animated, calm, composed, relaxed. When you maintain a neutral expression, people take your words more seriously. You appear more confident. You appear more attractive. You appear more grounded. You appear more mysterious. Your facial discipline amplifies the weight of your presence. The 14th shift. Never appear desperate for anyone's attention. People sense neediness instantly. They feel it like heat from a fire. Neediness says, "Please choose me." Stoicism says, "I choose me." When you release the desire for approval, your communication changes. You stop over-explaining. You stop chasing. You stop persuading. You stop proving. You stop performing. Instead, your communication becomes simple, grounded, and powerful. The 15th shift: speak with purpose. Stoic communication has a simple rule. If it's not meaningful, necessary, or aligned with your values, don't say it. Before speaking, ask yourself, does this help? Does this empower? Does this clarify? Does this strengthen connection or peace? Purpose gives your words direction. Direction gives your words weight. Weight gives your words influence. The attractive result. When you combine all these shifts, your communication becomes calm, grounded, centered, intentional, disciplined, confident, magnetic. People will start responding to you differently. They'll listen more. They'll respect your boundaries. They'll see you as stable. They'll find your presence comforting, trustworthy, and attractive. Not because you're pretending, but because you are stepping into your real power. Closing line. Speak calmly. Speak slowly. Speak intentionally. And let your silence communicate what your words do not. Now, if this message opened your eyes and helped you see communication differently, then ask yourself one question. Who do you want to be in the next 30 days? A man who reacts emotionally, or a man who communicates with the calm, powerful discipline of a modern Stoic? If you want more clarity, more confidence, and more inner strength, join the Stoic Power Codes family by subscribing. Now tell me, which part of Stoic communication hit you the hardest today? I'll be right here reading your responses. Use predetermined standards.